those 70s bands hit the music business, you know. First of all, you know, it was like this, the record companies that were at the top, and you could not put a record out unless you had a record deal.
Right.
You know, now you can, you know, YouTube.
Put out records every day.
Yeah, right. You can record it yourself and on a laptop, put it on YouTube when you're done with it tomorrow. You know, back then without the distribution, financing, advertising, tour support.
Couldn't afford to go in a studio.
Right. Yeah. So you needed all that. They were a bank, really, you know, and they controlled the amount of people that were out there. But that was when I got interested in being in an independent record label, blues label, was because I had a really great band in Pittsburgh, and we had great management. Charlie Brusco, who manages Styx now, was our manager at the time. You know, I just got a bunch, you know, we recorded songs and, but couldn't get a record deal. So, you know, all those songs died on the vine, and we were just a regional club band. So when I got a chance to make records from beginning to end, even though we weren't selling millions, we were selling thousands, you know, that completion thing was was important to me. The fact that I could bring a band into our studio, record them, mix them, you know, get the record pressed, get the artwork done. Here's your records. Do it from start to go. Yeah. So, you know, that completion thing was a big deal for me personally. And, but the technology, you know, when it went all digital, you know, it's a double-edged sword, you know, made it recording much more affordable.
Yeah.
And endless.
Accessible to everyone.
Right. And endless possibilities. I mean, you can put like 200 tracks on your record, which is not a good thing.
No one should do.
No one should do. But people do it.
And they do.
And funny enough, so when we talk about our last record, Sonic Mojo, you know, we recorded that digitally, you know, on my laptop.
Yeah.
But I always tell people
But we did it with an analog sensibility.
There you go. Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, I'm analog brain, digital equipment. So it's just the way you approach recording now. And I think that really helped our last record, Sonic Mojo, because I was thinking in that way, where instead of building tracks up and adding a keyboard, things that we didn't, that we don't have live.
Right.
You know, we
have to be able to play those songs.
Yeah, me and you sat down and approached the songs as like two guitar player songs.
Right.
You know, maybe one extra rhythm track behind a solo.
Yeah.
That being as extreme as we got. You know, and I think that made our new record blend with the old Foghat songs.
I hope so. That was
that's you know, when we play Driving On and some of the new songs that we play.
Yeah.
You know, they fit up right against Full for the City, and they, you know, and same with, you know, She's a Little Bit of Everything, still has that Full for the City vibe, you know, and we have Slide on there, and I'm not sure some of the young people out there that are just, you know, heard our songs on classic radio aren't sure that our new songs aren't old songs.
Well,
so I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, that's what I think what we were going for, to keep it so that we could play it on stage.
Right.
You know.